Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today, we're exploring the art of designing front yard flower beds and creating a fragrant floral oasis right at your doorstep. First, consider the overall aesthetic you want to achieve. Do you envision a romantic cottage-style garden bursting with roses and lavender, or a more modern, minimalist design with fragrant herbs and grasses? Perhaps you'd like a tropical oasis with fragrant frangipani and plumeria trees. When selecting plants for your fragrant oasis, consider the scents you love. Roses, with their wide variety of colors and fragrances, are a classic choice. Lavender, with its calming aroma, is another popular option. Other fragrant favorites include jasmine, honeysuckle, gardenia, and sweet peas. Think about the bloom times of your chosen plants to ensure year-round fragrance. Some plants, like roses and lavender, offer long blooming seasons, while others, like sweet peas, are more ephemeral. By selecting a mix of plants with different bloom times, you can create a garden that smells wonderful throughout the year. Don't forget about the power of foliage. Many plants with fragrant flowers also have attractive foliage that adds texture and visual interest to your garden. For example, rosemary, with its silvery green needles, not only offers a pungent aroma but also adds a touch of Mediterranean charm to your landscape. When designing your flower bed, consider the placement of fragrant plants. Position them near walkways or seating areas where their scents can be fully appreciated. You might even create a dedicated fragrance garden with a collection of your favorite scented plants. Don't be afraid to mix and match different types of plants to create a dynamic and layered design. Combine tall, fragrant shrubs like roses or gardenias with lower-growing plants like lavender or sweet peas. This creates visual interest and ensures that the fragrance is distributed throughout the garden. Incorporating hardscaping elements can enhance the beauty and functionality of your fragrant oasis. A small pathway of stepping stones leading to a seating area or a decorative bench placed strategically near a fragrant rosebush can create a welcoming and inviting space. Creating a fragrant flower bed in your front yard is an excellent way to enhance your home's curb appeal while also providing a sensory delight for you and your visitors. The key to success lies in thoughtful planning, careful plant selection, and proper maintenance. Let's dive into the process of designing a front yard flower bed that's not only visually appealing, but also filled with delightful scents. Consider the overall layout of your front yard. Take note of existing features such as walkways, trees, and architectural elements. These will play a crucial role in determining the shape and size of your flower beds. Remember, the goal is to create a harmonious design that complements your home's exterior while maximizing the potential for a fragrant oasis. When planning your fragrant flower bed, it's essential to think about the concept of layering. This involves arranging plants of different heights to create depth and visual interest. Typically, taller plants are placed at the back of the bed, medium-height plants in the middle, and shorter plants in the front. This tiered approach ensures that all plants are visible and can contribute to both the visual and aromatic aspects of your garden. Selecting the right plants is crucial for creating a fragrant floral oasis. Consider a mix of perennials, annuals, and shrubs that offer a variety of scents throughout the growing season. Some excellent choices for fragrant flowers include roses, lavender, lilacs, gardenias, jasmine, and peonies. Each of these plants offers unique scents that can contribute to a multi-layered olfactory experience in your garden. Roses are a classic choice for fragrant gardens. They come in a wide variety of colors and scents, from the sweet perfume of tea roses to the spicy aroma of some old garden varieties. Consider planting a mix of climbing roses, shrub roses, and hybrid teas to create a diverse and long-blooming display. Lavender is another excellent choice for a fragrant flower bed. Its soothing scent and beautiful purple blooms make it a favorite among gardeners. Lavender is also drought-tolerant and attracts pollinators, making it an excellent choice for eco-friendly gardens. Planted in masses for a stunning visual and aromatic impact. Lilacs are known for their intoxicating fragrance and beautiful clusters of flowers. These shrubs can grow quite large, so they're best suited for the back of the flower bed or as a focal point. Their sweet scent can fill the entire yard, especially on warm spring evenings. Gardenias offer a rich, sweet fragrance and elegant white blooms. These evergreen shrubs can provide year-round structure to your flower bed, while offering their beautiful scent during the blooming season. They prefer acidic soil and partial shade, so consider these factors when incorporating them into your design. Jasmine is a versatile plant that can be grown as a vine or a shrub. Its sweet, intoxicating scent is strongest in the evening, making it perfect for areas near patios or walkways where you can enjoy its fragrance during evening strolls. Consider planting star jasmine or Confederate jasmine for their adaptability and beautiful blooms. Peonies are not only visually stunning but also offer a sweet, subtle fragrance. These perennials come in a variety of colors and bloom types, from simple single blooms to lush double flowers. They're long-lived plants that can become the anchors of your fragrant flower bed. When designing your fragrant flower bed, consider incorporating plants with different bloom times. This ensures that you have aromatic flowers throughout the growing season. For example, you might start with spring-blooming lilacs and peonies, transition to summer-blooming roses and lavender, and finish with fall-blooming sweet alyssum or autumn clematis. Don't forget about foliage plants when planning your fragrant oasis. Many herbs, such as rosemary, thyme, and mint, offer wonderful scents even when they're not in bloom. These can be excellent additions to the front of your flower bed, providing both fragrance and culinary usefulness. Consider the concept of scent zones in your front yard flower bed design. Group plants with similar fragrances together to create distinct aromatic experiences as you move through the garden. For example, you might have a zone of sweet floral scents, another of spicy herbal aromas, and another of fresh, clean scents. When planning your fragrant flower bed, it's important to consider the environmental conditions of your front yard. Factors such as sunlight exposure, soil type, and moisture levels will greatly influence which plants will thrive in your garden. Most fragrant plants prefer full sun, but there are options for shadier areas as well. For sunny areas, consider fragrant plants like roses, lavender, and herbs. These sun-loving plants not only offer beautiful scents but also tend to be drought-tolerant once established, making them excellent choices for low-maintenance gardens. In partial shade, plants like gardenias, lily of the valley, and certain varieties of hydrangeas can offer lovely fragrances. These plants appreciate protection from the hot afternoon sun and can thrive in the dappled light often found in front yards with mature trees. Soil preparation is crucial for the success of your fragrant flower bed. Most aromatic plants prefer well-draining soil rich in organic matter. Before planting, amend your soil with compost or well-rotted manure to improve its structure and fertility. This will give your fragrant plants the best possible start and help them thrive in the long term. Incorporate hardscaping elements to enhance the overall design of your fragrant flower bed. winding pathway through the garden can invite exploration and allow visitors to get up close to experience the different scents. Consider using materials that complement your home's exterior, such as brick, flagstone, or gravel. Adding a water feature to your fragrant flower bed can create a multi-sensory experience. The sound of trickling water complements the scents of the garden beautifully. A small fountain or a bubbling rock can serve as a focal point while also attracting birds and beneficial insects to your garden. Don't forget about vertical space when designing your fragrant flower bed. Trellises, arbors, and pergolas can support climbing fragrant plants like jasmine, climbing roses, or honeysuckle. These structures not only add height and interest to your garden, but also create opportunities for enjoying fragrance at eye level. Consider incorporating seating areas into your front yard design. A small bench or a pair of chairs nestled among fragrant flowers provides a perfect spot to sit and enjoy the scents of your garden. Position seating areas near especially fragrant plants or in locations that catch the breeze to maximize the aromatic experience. Lighting is an often overlooked element in front yard design, but it can greatly enhance the enjoyment of your fragrant flower bed. Many fragrant flowers, like evening primrose or night blooming jasmine, release their scents in the evening. When selecting plants for your fragrant flower bed, consider their growth habits and mature sizes. It's easy to overplant a space, leading to overcrowding as plants mature. Research the expected height and spread of each plant and plan accordingly. Remember, a well-designed garden with room for plants to grow will look better and be healthier in the long run than an overcrowded space. Incorporate a mix of textures in your fragrant flower bed design. Pair plants with different leaf shapes and sizes to create visual interest. For example, the fine, needle-like leaves of lavender contrast beautifully with the broad, glossy leaves of gardenias. This variety in texture adds depth to your garden, even when plants are not in bloom. Consider the color palette of your fragrant flower bed. While scent is the primary focus, the visual aspect is equally important for creating a beautiful front yard. You might choose a monochromatic scheme, using different shades of the same color, or opt for a complementary color scheme for a more vibrant look. Whatever you choose, ensure it complements your home's exterior. Don't neglect the space immediately adjacent to your home's foundation. This area, often referred to as the foundation planting, is crucial for tying your garden to your house. Choose fragrant plants that won't outgrow the space or interfere with your home's structure. Dwarf varieties of lilacs or roses can work well in this area. Consider creating a welcoming entrance to your home with fragrant plants. Use container plantings on either side of your front door to bring scent right up to your entrance. Fragrant annuals like heliotrope or nicotiana can be excellent choices for pots, providing season-long color and scent. Remember to include plants that attract pollinators in your fragrant flower bed design. Many fragrant flowers are excellent sources of nectar for bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds. When planning your fragrant flower bed, consider the concept of succession planting. This involves choosing plants that bloom at different times throughout the season, ensuring that there's always something in flower and providing fragrance. This approach not only extends the sensory enjoyment of your garden, but also maintains visual interest throughout the growing season. Don't forget about the importance of foliage in your fragrant garden design. While flowers are often the primary source of scent, many plants have aromatic leaves that release their fragrance when touched or brushed against. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, and lemon balm are excellent choices for adding tactile fragrance to your garden. When designing your fragrant flower bed, think about how the scents will carry on the breeze. Position especially fragrant plants near windows or seating areas where their scents can be enjoyed indoors as well as out. Consider the prevailing wind direction in your area to maximize the spread of fragrance throughout your yard. Consider the architectural style of your home when designing your fragrant flower bed. A cottage-style garden filled with old-fashioned fragrant flowers might complement a traditional home. Aim for a garden style that enhances and complements your home's aesthetic. Consider adding fragrant ground covers to your flower bed design. Plants like creeping thyme, sweet woodruff, or fragrant chamomile can fill in spaces between larger plants, suppress weeds, and release their scent when walked upon. These low-growing plants can add an extra layer of fragrance to your garden design. Don't forget about winter interest in your fragrant flower bed design. While many fragrant plants are dormant in winter, there are some that offer scent even in the colder months. Witch hazel, winter honeysuckle, and certain varieties of daphne can provide fragrance in late winter or early spring, bridging the gap until your spring blooming plants awaken. Consider creating a sensory path through your fragrant flower bed. This could be a narrow, winding path lined with especially fragrant plants that brush against visitors as they walk by. Materials like crushed shells or aromatic mulch can add an extra sensory element underfoot. Consider incorporating edible fragrant plants into your flower bed design. Many herbs like basil, mint, and lemon verbena offer wonderful scents as well as culinary uses. Edible flowers like lavender, roses, and nasturtiums can add both fragrance and a gourmet touch to your garden. Don't neglect the importance of proper watering in maintaining your fragrant flower bed. Many aromatic plants prefer well-draining soil and can suffer if overwatered. Consider installing a drip irrigation system or soaker hoses to provide consistent, efficient watering that targets plant roots without wetting foliage. When designing your fragrant flower bed, think about creating scent pockets, small enclosed areas where fragrance can concentrate. This might be a small seating area surrounded by fragrant climbers, or a curved section of the flower bed that traps scent on still days. Consider the time of day when different plants release their fragrance. Some plants, like roses and lavender, are most fragrant during the day when the sun warms their essential oils. Others, like nicotiana and evening primrose, release their scent in the evening. Plan your garden to provide fragrance throughout the day and night. Don't forget about the power of mass plantings in your fragrant flower bed design. While a diverse mix of plants can create an interesting and varied fragrance profile, large groupings of a single fragrant plant can create a powerful sensory impact. Consider creating drifts of lavender, roses, or other favorite fragrant plants for maximum effect. Consider incorporating fragrant vines into your flower bed design. Plants like jasmine, honeysuckle, or climbing roses can be trained up trellises, fences, or the sides of buildings, adding vertical interest and bringing fragrance up to nose level. Remember that some fragrant plants, particularly herbs, benefit from regular harvesting. Pinching back plants like basil, mint, and lavender not only provides you with fragrant foliage for use indoors, but also encourages bushier, more productive growth in the garden. Remember that creating a fragrant flower bed is an ongoing process. It may take several seasons for plants to mature and for you to fine-tune your design. Be patient, observe how your garden changes through the seasons, and don't be afraid to make adjustments as you learn what works best in your specific environment. Lastly, enjoy the process of creating and maintaining your fragrant flower bed. Gardening should be a joy, not a chore. Take time to appreciate the scents, colors, and textures of your garden. Thank you for joining us on Outdoor Oasis Ideas for this exploration of designing front yard flower beds and creating a fragrant floral oasis. We hope this video has inspired you to transform your own front yard into a sensory delight. If you enjoyed this content and want more gardening and landscaping tips, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos.